Yeah, sir, are we starting? Hello, guys, hang on a minute. We are just starting. We are just waiting for the authorities to join in. Please hang on for some time.
Okay. Um, we have our HOD and principal sir to join shortly, and yeah, Bhushan, we should start. And once our HOD and principal sir joins, we should resume back. Okay. Good evening to you all. Welcome to 2 days national level workshop uh, on ethical hacking and practices and its use. So we are glad to announce that it's a 2 day national level workshop, and we have our eminent guest today, uh, Mr. Bhushan Gaikwad. He is the founder and CEO of the EngineersConnect, an affiliate of Stagzeal Private Limited, and he has a diploma in networking and security from CDAC, and he has conducted many workshops in more than 10 colleges, and he has also trained more than 2,000 plus students. So we'll welcome you, Mr. Bhushan Gaikwad.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for this introduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, sir, for this introduction. And I welcome you all to this webinar, or you can say workshop on ethical hacking. So let's do a quick voice check, everyone. So if you all are able to hear me, just put it into the comment box that you are able to hear me. Start putting into the comment box if you are able to hear me. Okay, fine. So yeah, most of them are saying that I am audible. So now I'll just start by sharing my screen. Okay, yeah. So okay. So are you guys able to see my screen? Hello. Yeah. So if you guys are able to see my screen, just say a yes so that we can start with the workshop. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So first of all, let's start by introducing myself. So myself, Mr. Bhushan Gaikwad. I am the founder and CEO of Engineers Connect. Okay. So as sir said, I have done diploma in network and security. Okay, as well as I have conducted workshops in a lot of colleges, and as well as I have trained more than 2,000 plus students, and there are a lot of things which I have done. Okay, so this was about me. At the end of the webinar, I'll be giving you my contact details so that if you have any queries or anything which you want to ask me, I am open for it. Okay, you can connect with me on LinkedIn and other platforms. I'll be sharing my contact details at the end of the webinar. So this is about me. Okay, now talking about Engineers Connect. Okay, so what Engineers Connect is. Now, most of you must have registered on Engineers Connect. Okay, so basically, what Engineers Connect is. So over here, what we are trying to do in Engineers Connect is we are trying to build a platform wherein you can showcase your skills and we can provide you jobs and internships based on your skills, like a totally skill-based recruitment platform. So it is beneficial for all you people. So you have already registered over there. Now you need to be active on it and give various tests and other things so that your score is generated and that can be provided to the recruiters for internships or jobs. As we said, we have more than 300 plus students, 300 plus colleges and students across India on our platform. More than 12,000 users and 250 companies are collaborated with us for job and internship opportunities. And I personally have conducted workshops in more than 20 colleges and trained over 2,000 plus students throughout India. So this was about me and Engineers Connect. Okay, so now
One
just
second,
giving
sorry
you.
to interrupt, Mr. Bhushan. Sorry to interrupt, Mr.
Yeah,
Bhushan.
yeah, no problem.
So
No problem.
we have our principal, Dr. Suresh sir, joined here for the event. We welcome you, Dr. Suresh sir. It's been a pleasure you having here. And I also invite our head of the department, Dr. S. C. Lingareddy sir, for joining for this event. And and I request our principal sir to speak two words on this ethical hacking session, which will be a 2 days session, today as well as tomorrow. And I'd like you to speak two words on this event, sir.
So good afternoon, everyone. It's good that PUC department has taken initiatives of this event. In fact, just I was hearing about Bhushan Gaikwad, his introduction, and all. I think it's very interesting because he's giving talks in more than 20 colleges. And nowadays, security is the prime importance. So, sir, why don't you conduct some classes or sessions in our college also? So it should be a continuous process so that students should be certified in security. In fact, I was very much keen on cyber security. So, in fact, I am also from computer science background. So, whether it's cyber security or network security or internet security, whatever it is, that doesn't matter. But if students are aware of the fundamentals of security, I think that will help them a lot so that they can enhance their skills depending on their interest. Because whatever academics providing basics, I think it is not enough. It's theoretical oriented and it's not much practically oriented. So that way, I think Lingareddy sir can take initiative in that and see that students will be well versed with basics of security. It's very important, and they can do many projects in fact. And that engineers connect whatever they are telling that they can offer internships also. If that is the case, why don't you send our students in fifth semester and sixth semester for internship so that there they can enhance their skills. In fact, so nowadays security is the need of the hour, and plenty of job opportunities, plenty of job opportunities. So that is the primary purpose. But again, it is up to individual how they are going to enhance their skills and certifications. Anyways, thanks for
Right, right, sir.
inviting me, and thank you, sir. Thanks for coming here. I mean, taking up this initiative and sharing your knowledge. That is very important. So,
Sure,
thank
sir.
you,
Thank you.
Arvinder, and thanks to Lingareddy sir and Prakash.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's been an honor having you here at this time. And as our professor
So
on the
I'm
information
sorry.
network security.
Yeah, when in the afternoon, Lingareddy sir told me to start at 5 o'clock. From morning, I was working on the system. At 4:30, I switched off. And again at
Yes,
4:50 when I switched on, it was
it started for
more
updates.
time because of these things. So really sorry 5 minutes late
It's
for
okay, sir.
this.
No problem,
If
sir.
the
It's
updates were
we are
not there
happy to
means I
have
would
you.
have been updates were not there means I would have been there at 5. Okay. Because punctuality is the discipline always matters.
We know, sir. Principal, the other name is the punctuality. We know, sir. You will be on the time. Anyhow, the problem
Thank
from
you.
the technical side. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you. Thank
being
you.
here on this time. And I request Dr. S. C. Lingareddy, sir, to speak towards on this event. I think we have mic issues from Dr. S. C. Lingareddy, sir. Uh, we're not able to hear you, sir. Okay, I guess our HOD will definitely give the best from his side, from the department. And thank you for your presence, sir. And I'll give the session back to Mr. Bhushan. And yeah, I request Bhushan to take over the session. It's all yours, Mr. Bhushan. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, fine. Okay, so coming back to the session, I know most of the people that were a bit less audible, but okay, fine. Let's come back to the session. So this is where I was. Okay, now yeah, this just a glimpse of the places we were in, like a lot of colleges where we have conducted the workshop physically. Just to give you a glimpse of our reach throughout all the colleges into various big colleges in Pune, autonomous colleges. Okay, some good feedbacks from students. So we have done a lot into this domain. Okay, yeah. Now coming to the point, ethical hacking workshop. That is what we are here for. Okay, so all you guys are excited for this workshop? Yes. So most of you are excited for this workshop as well as even I am excited to deliver this to you. So yeah. So the term ethical hacking, so since we are doing it on YouTube, I want you all to be interactive into the comment section because I am actively seeing the comments on my device. Okay, so we cannot have it interactive, we cannot make you talk over here because we are doing it on YouTube. So fine. So now, because if it would have been on other platform, I would have asked you to answer what do you mean by ethical hacking. Okay, so now the major difference between hacking and ethical hacking is before starting the workshop this should be clarified because most of the people they are confused with the term ethical hacking. Okay, so basically ethical hacking is a good way of hacking in which it is done in an ethical way. Now hacking term means that having an access to other system without the other person knowing is the simple meaning of the word hacking. Now what is ethical hacking? So ethical hacking is hacking in an ethical way to check security breaches, to apply patches, or to determine the weaknesses in a system so that that system can be improvised. So that is meant by ethical hacking, and that's why it is allowed for us people to practice ethical hacking. Okay. Now these are all the topics which I will be covering in today's workshop or webinar. Is introduction to ethical hacking, virus and worms, phishing, steganography, SQL injection, Indian cyber laws. So that is what I will be covering. Okay. Now, as I said, what is ethical hacking? So as you can see on the screen, ethical hacking refers to the act of locating weaknesses and vulnerabilities of computer and information systems by duplicating the intent and actions of malicious hackers. As I told you previously, ethical hacking is used for this. And it is also known as penetration testing, intrusion testing, and red teaming. So you must have heard about penetration testing. Even that is a part of ethical hacking. Okay. So who is a ethical hacker? Okay. So most of you must be seeing in movies, all the hacking movies. You must be seeing all the cool stuff over there. People are hacking into all the things. But what is a ethical hacker? So ethical hacker is totally different from what you see into the movies. So, ethical hacker is a security professional who applies his skills for defensive purposes, right? So, the hacker or ethical hacker, he uses his skills for defensive purposes to protect the system, to find the weaknesses into the system. So now there are various steps which an ethical hacker does to get access to other systems. Okay, so some of them and the most important of them are first of all he has to see what is the information the attacker wants to gain access to. Okay, the attacker, what information he wants. Then the second is what can the attacker see on the target? The target, if I am the attacker and you're the target, what can I see into it? The third is, what can an attacker do with the available information? So, for me to hack into your system, I should have some information. Without information, I cannot do anything. So, that's why this is missed. What can an attacker do with the available information? Okay. So, does anyone at the target system notice the attempt? So, this is very much important. The fourth one. And if I am hacking into someone's system, is the target able to see that I'm attempting it? Because if the target is able to see that I'm attempting it, then the target can stop me from doing it. Okay. Yeah. So now coming back to the next slide, we will start with virus. Okay. So what is a virus? Fine. So all you guys can just put into the comment box what is a virus so that I can see what you all guys mean by the term virus. You can put into the comment box what you mean by the term virus. Okay. Okay. So I'll tell you all what is virus. So basically, nowadays the virus term is pretty much familiar to you because of this pandemic thing going on. You all are so a biological virus is the so the term has come from the term which is related to biological virus, and it replicates itself in a human cell. Okay, so it makes multiple copies of itself, thereby causing harm and damage. So the same term is applied over here, and over here it is malicious code over here into the computer systems, which starts replicating into your system and it starts affecting your system. Like you must have noticed that your computer starts getting slow, and there are a lot of things that start happening. Okay, and there are various kinds of viruses. The viruses can come into various forms to you. It can come into the form of images. It can come into the form of files. Some of the tasks that viruses can do is they can disable your task manager. They can change your desktop wallpaper. These are just the basic things I'm telling you just to give example. So the main thing or major thing about virus is a virus always needs human action to initiate itself. There is always a action first given by us to initiate itself. It does not start on its own. So that is about virus. Okay. And what happens in virus is it is brought to you into your system and then you initiate it. It can be in the form of .exe files or it can be into various forms. So it only runs whenever you click it. You have to keep this in mind that a virus is given action first by the user. So I will be covering into the security tips what you have to do to make sure that you don't run virus into your PC. Okay. Now since this is not just a PPT webinar, I am going to show you hands on what is a virus. You guys will be amazed to see what is a virus. Okay. Now here I go over here. Okay. I will just share my screen with you guys. Just hang on. Okay, fine. So you guys are able to see my screen, right? Okay. So as you can see, there are various files over here. Okay. Now I will show you how a virus looks like. Okay. So I will just start by showing you some basic viruses. Okay. Now I will start by showing you what is a notepad virus. Okay. So as you can see on my screen, this is a short code. Okay. So this is a short code which is a virus code. Okay. Now all of you people can make this virus on your PC itself. Okay. So what this exactly means is echo off. So what echo off means is it will not show on your command prompt whatever the virus is running. And then the label top is just like a address which is stored over there, and then the third line which says start system root. Here it is the address given to your notepad file. Okay, and over here it means go to top again. Okay, and over here it means start notepad again. So this is a very interesting virus, people. So if you can see from the code, you will understand what it does. But now more fun is when I tell you how it runs. Okay, so even you guys can make this virus. So what you have to do is, whenever you write this virus code, you have to save it by a .bat format, like notepad virus .bat back. Okay, so I have already saved it, so that's why I will not save it. So you can see over here notepad virus .bat. Okay, so now be careful, guys. Whenever I do this, so what is going to happen if I run this is, so this is how viruses are made. There is a code which is written and that is packed into a format and that is sent to you all people. Like you can see the file over here, notepad.bat. This file over here, notepad.bat, is an example of this. So now I run this. Okay, just pay attention what happens after I run this. Okay. Okay, so you can see what has happened into my screen. You can just see what has happened into my screen. How many notepad files have opened into my screen by just a single virus file. Okay, you can see how many notepad files have opened into my screen just by a single virus file. A lot of notepad files you can see. This is the amount of notepad files that have opened into my PC by that virus file. So this is just an example of virus, how it is replicated, how the code runs. Now I was not knowing what that file is and I click on it. So this is the amount of notepad files that I opened. So this also crashes the system. So if this is the kind of virus which comes, this is going to totally crash your system. So this is a simple virus which I showed you, but there are various harmful viruses, much dangerous viruses which are there, and I'm going to show you that as well. But I'm not going to run it because it can crash my system. You want to try it on your friend's PC, you can try it, but it is on your risk. Okay. Now I'll show you one more virus. Okay. Now I'll show you one more virus, but I am not going to run it because it is a shutdown virus. Okay, because it is a shutdown virus. That's why I'm not going to load it. Okay, you can see this is a shutdown virus. So you can see the code over here, what it means. So what this virus will do is it will echo a message that I don't like you and it will shut down, saying you're too stupid. So when I run this virus, this is first going to echo a message and then the system is going to shut down. Okay, so it's the same thing. I will have to save it as .bat, and after that you can run the virus and the system will shut down. You can try this on your system. I will be sharing the codes with the college authorities and they can share it with you people. Okay, but for that it is compulsory that you follow our accounts, Instagram account and all, because there is where I will give you the updates. Okay. Now, one more. This is the most dangerous virus. Okay, because what happens in this virus is it. You can see the line over here. This means that delete the whole of C directory. Whatever is into the C directory asterisk dot asterisk whichever extension, it will delete it. So if this virus is run, whole of your C directory is gone and the most important system files are in the C directory. So your whole system is going to crash. So this is one of the dangerous virus. Of course I'm not going to show this run this or else my system will crash. So this is the level of which the viruses are very much dangerous. There are various short viruses, like there are viruses which opens calculators, there are viruses which opens Google Chrome. So you can design such viruses on your own and you can try and work on it. Okay, you can refer internet for this and you can try. Okay, so there are various viruses. This was just some example. I hope you are a bit clear about what I wanted to tell you by viruses. Okay. Okay. Now coming back to the PPT, we are done about what is virus and also I have shown you a demo about what is virus. Now coming back to worm. So now you can type into the comment box what is the difference between virus and worm. Okay. So basically a worm is more dangerous than virus. Why? Because in worms they replicate themselves on a very large scale, as well as why it is more dangerous is it does not require human action. It can directly execute itself. That's why a worm is more dangerous than virus. So as you can read over there, a worm always seeks network loopholes to replicate from computer to computer, and thus most common way of introduce. So you must have seen that you get various emails, attachments into your spam folder, giving you free offers and all these things, lottery, and this have got some attachments. So those are the attachments which consist of worms. So if you download it, there are high chances that the worm will come into your PC and it will affect it very badly. So whenever you are having such mails, just make sure that you're not clicking on any unauthorized mails or which you don't recognize. Okay. Now coming back to the famous story of Trojan horse. So I suggest all of you to read this story on internet, Trojan horse. What is meant by a Trojan horse? So I'll not read this slide, but I'll just tell you in short that Trojan horse is a kind of attack in which the program looks very much useful to you. Like the program can be a music player or it can be a video player. But what happens actually is it looks good into the foreground, but into the background, various harmful things are running. Like they are stealing your information, they are causing harm to the system. Okay, and so this has evolved from the story of Trojan horse from ancient times. So what had happened in ancient times is I don't exactly remember the countries, but there was a horse which was presented by one emperor to another emperor, and into that horse were hidden soldiers. So when the another emperor accepted the gift, they took the horse inside their territory, and all the soldiers from that huge horse came outside the horse and they attacked the territory. So that's why this is inspired from that story. And the examples over here are all the cracks which you have, all the illegal music which you download, and all the things which you download from free from various unauthorized sites contain Trojan horse attacks. I hope you're getting it. Okay, I'm not looking at the comments, but I hope you're getting it. Okay, now let's come to the interesting concept of steganography. So all the people start writing into the comment box what you mean by steganography. Start writing into the comment box what you mean by steganography. So basically steganography, the word has evolved from the Greek word which means covered writing. Okay, so the writing over here is covered. You don't understand what is written inside. Okay, and if you take the English meaning of steganography, it means that hiding of a message within another so that the presence of the hidden message is not noticed. It means hiding a message on top of another message so the hidden message cannot be seen. Okay, and of course, the key concept behind steganography is that the usual eye cannot see what is hidden behind. Okay, now I'm going to show you something interesting about steganography. Okay, all of you people can see this, and you guys can try this on your PC. Okay, so first of all, if you are doing it with me, you have to open the command prompt. You can press Windows R and you can type CMD and you can open the command prompt. And then I'll show you how to hide text behind image and I'll show you how to hide .rar file behind image. Okay, now I will show this to you. Okay, so this is my command prompt, people. You all can see the command prompt. I hope you all guys can see the command prompt. I will try to increase the font size so that the people are able to see my command prompt. Okay, okay, fine. So first of all, as you can see on my desktop, I have made a folder called Steganography. Okay, so this is the folder Steganography. So I have made it. So the first thing you have to do is you have to go to that folder. So to go to that folder, the command is cd space the folder name. In my case, it is Steganography. Okay. So one second. I first have to go to desktop. Sorry, I will have to go to desktop first because the folder is on desktop. Okay. And on Windows, you should make sure that Windows is case sensitive. And then I go to CD Steganography. Right now, you can see that I am into the folder Steganography. As you all can see, I am into the folder Steganography. Okay. Now just pay attention, people, what I am doing. So now I have created a text file called confidential.txt. Okay. Now I type a message into it that this is a confidential message from CIA, American Intelligence Agency. Okay. Now this can be a confidential message about the phone number of someone or address or anything which has to be passed. Any confidential message. Okay. Now if I send this message directly as it is, people are going to notice it and they are going to read it. So that is the whole purpose of steganography. Okay. Now just pay attention what I'm doing. Now I also have an image over here. You can also store an image over here. The image is this. It's a normal image and the name of the image is ecinfo.jpg. You can see over here. Name is important because we are going to type this. So this is the image, normal image of Engineers Connect, as you all people can see. Okay. The name is ecinfo.jpg. Fine. So the command is pretty simple. What you have to do is you have to write copy \b. Okay. Now you have to type the name of the notepad file and the name of the image file. Okay. So the name of the notepad file is confidential.txt and the name of the image file is info.jpg. So I typed it confidential.txt. So this is my text file. Plus, this is the file you want to add to it. Now I want to add the file info.jpg to it. Okay. Now I use space again, and after space, you have to type the final image. Now the final image will be my secret message.jpg. Can you guys see this? So first we have written copy -b confidential.txt plus the image.txt plus my secret message.jpg. Can you see that? Okay, fine. So after that you have to hit enter. So if you get like this that one file is copied, that means that it is successful. Okay. Now after I go to the folder and I refresh it, I should get the file my secret message.jpg. Okay. So can you see over here? I have got my secret message.jpg file over here. Okay. The file is over here. Now if you guys can tell me that how to see the message into this. You can type into the comment box how to see the message into this. So now whenever I will be passing this image, most of the people must be thinking that is an image. So but I want to pass a hidden message behind it. So I will be passing this image to my friend or whoever I want to send this hidden message that other people don't notice it, that the security people don't notice it. So they see an image, okay, and to see the hidden message, you have to open it by any of the text editor. So now I have opened it by a text editor. So this is what you can see. Can you see over here that the message in the document file, text file is over here. Can you see the highlighted thing? This is a confidential message. Whatever I had written, it has come over here. I will try to zoom it so that you can see the message we typed into the text file has come into this. So now, basically, the image is carrying the confidential message which we wanted to send by the text file. So the person is going to see the image, but hidden behind is the text message. Okay. So did you like this, guys? The steganography example. I hope you liked it, and it is very interesting. Is what I feel. Okay. Now I hope you are see this. Now let's close this. So now, just telling you all people that steganography. It is said that steganography was used by Osama bin Laden for the 9/11 attack. It is said that the 9/11 attack, it happened in the US. The World Trade Center was destroyed. So it was later find out that for communication of the terrorists, they used steganography. So this is how dangerous steganography can be. Okay, so this is how dangerous steganography can be. Now I have shown you how to hide enemies. Now I will show you much important thing that how to hide a file. Okay, how to hide a file. Fine. This is more important. So now what I have done is now I have selected these four files. These are all the confidential message files. Okay. So this all are confidential messages. Now what I'm doing is I am sending them to a compressed zip folder. Okay, or else I am sending them to a file called steganography.rar. Okay, so this is the file steganography.rar. So this is a compressed file which contains all the secret messages, and you can also add uh, various things like music files or audio files or video files into this system. But now I have to hide it. Same thing. Go back to this thing. Now press copy -b and then copy -b, and after that my image name is info.jpg plus the file which I made, it is steganography.rar, right? And then after space I will put a image file name because I don't want to show people that I am hiding this rar file. Okay, now I my simple image dot jpg. Okay. So basically what we are doing is into the image you see info.jpg we are hiding the .rar file. Okay, can you see one file copied? It means that I'm successful and the file has been copied. Now again I go to this folder and you can see over here my simple image.jpg. Now if I open this, it is going to show me the simple image which nobody can, which everybody can see and they will find nothing harmful in this. But now if I show you the properties of it, you can see the size. I will just show you. Now the image was ecintro.jpg, right? So you can see the size of this image ecintro.jpg is just 6 KB, and the same image over here, my simple image.jpg, the size is 51 KB, right? The size has increased a lot. You know why? Because all these files are hidden besides that. Now, if anyone can type into the comment box, how do we extract all the hidden files over here? Let's not waste time. I will tell you immediately. Right click on it and open with WinRAR. You have to open it with WinRAR. Can you see all the files are here? Okay. All the files hidden into a folder. Okay. And this is the folder, hidden files. So all these files I have got from the image. Can you see all these files are now extracted to a hidden files folder and I have got all these files over here. So all these hidden files is what I have got from the image itself. Guys, did you find it interesting? The steganography concept? It is very much interesting if you go deeper into it. Okay, this is where I'm just showing you the basics, but this concept is really very interesting, right? You can see the steganography folder again if you want to see it. Okay, but yeah. So this was about steganography, guys. Please pour down your comments. How did you find steganography? Okay, now let's come to the concept of cryptography. Okay, so guys, pay attention towards cryptography because it is very much important about what is cryptography. Okay, so basically, cryptography, you can type into the comment box what do you mean by cryptography. You must be hearing a lot of things about encryption, decryption, cryptography, and you must have heard about WhatsApp encrypting all the messages, Telegram encrypting all the messages. You must have got that QR code or the security code from WhatsApp to see if anyone is safe or the communication between you and the other person is safe. Okay, so that all comes under cryptography. Okay, so start typing into the comment box what do you mean by cryptography in your own words. You don't have to see the slide and you have to put this in the comment box. Okay, so now as you know that in steganography the message is not that difficult to decode, right? We just decoded it by using opening it by different sources, right? It is not that difficult. But in cryptography, you cannot easily decrypt the encoded message. Now there are various algorithms of cryptography. Those are of types one-way algorithm and two-way algorithm. Okay, in two-way algorithm, you can decrypt the message, but in one-way algorithm, you cannot decrypt the message. It is just encrypted. Okay, it is just encrypted. So nowadays all the data is encrypted. Your account details, the video which you are seeing right now, the video which you are seeing right now on YouTube is also passed by an encrypted version and then it is decrypted on the source so that in between no one can manipulate this video. So that's why encryption is done. Okay, that's why encryption is done. Now I will show you example of this thing. So an example that there is an algorithm called MD5. Okay. So what happens in this algorithm is if you want to give this the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, it will give you this out. Now this is human readable, but this is not human readable, and no one is going to find out what that packet is. So this is MD5. MD5 is a very basic encryption algorithm there are much higher encryption algorithms that SHA-1, SHA-2, and a lot of algorithms are there which are used nowadays. So I will just show you example of encryption online. Even you guys can try this. Okay. Now I just go to Google and type MD5 generator. Okay. Type in MD5 generator, MD5 hash generator. Okay. Now over here, what this does, it uses MD5 algorithm and it generates a hash string of whatever you type. Okay. Now I type it. This is confidential. I will zoom it so that you guys can see it. Okay. Now I type in this is a confidential message. I want to encrypt. Okay. Now this is a plain text. Now I put hit on generate. Okay, now I click on generate, then there is a hash value generated. Can you see? This is my hash value. Now this hash value is passed whenever I want to transfer this message into the packet. So now no one is able to, no one will be able to tell me that what this means, right? No one is going to tell me that what this means. So that's why now this message is very much secure when I encrypt it into this format and then I pass it. Okay. Now there is also MD5 decryptors. Okay, they decrypt the most known hashes. Okay, not all, but the most known hash can be decrypted. Now let's see if we can decrypt this value to the plain value. Okay, now once again Google it and then Google MD5 decrypt, not encrypt. Paste your hash value over here. Okay, paste your hash value over here. Okay, now this is difficult, so this will not look. We will just use a normal term. Let's use the term Facebook. Okay, let's generate it for Facebook, the word Facebook. Let's generate the hash value for it. Okay, yeah, this is the hash value for the word Facebook. Let's copy it and let's. This was the hash value of the previous one, which we wrote. So the result is not found because it is a difficult one. So the result is not into the database. Okay, now we will try to paste something simple like the word Facebook. The hash value of Facebook is now posted. Let's try to decrypt it. Okay, let's see if it can decrypt. Yes. Can you see over here found Facebook? Now it is decrypted over here by using MD5. Okay, so these are just the commonly used hashes which can be decrypted, but the important message or big messages cannot be decrypted. So this is MD5 is a very secure algorithm, but now many more secure algorithms have come. And MD5 is a 120-bit encryption. What we mean by 120-bit encryption is the bit value is 128. Okay, that it is encrypted up to a level of 120 bit. Even if you pass anything of 1 bit, it will be encrypted to 128 bit. So the more the bit value, the more complex it is to crack that algorithm. Now the other algorithms which are SHA and all, they are 256 bit. Means they are more secure than this. You get it? Now let's come back to the PPT. SQL injection. Now guys, this is a very interesting topic. I want all of you to pay attention towards it because this is something very interesting. Now, there are a lot of people who must have heard about SQL and SQL injection. But starting with the very basics, as our honorable principal sir told us that let's cover the basics so that people may find it useful. So I'll start from the very basic about SQL. So basically, SQL is a database language, and that language is used for SQL databases. Example: MySQL, PostgreSQL. So all of you, I'm sure you must be knowing what is a database. So database, starting from the very basic, database is something where all our data is stored, like our name, photos, all these things. So every website has a database which stores information, right? And there are various types of data. The types of databases are linear database, non-linear database, okay, sequential, non-sequential. So SQL is sequential database, okay. And nowadays SQL is used a lot, but nowadays due to multimedia and all these factors, no SQL database is used like Cassandra, MongoDB, all these databases. But SQL being vastly used, I will tell you about what SQL injection is. It is over here. It is not learning about SQL injection, but it is about learning how it is to be a hacker, how it is to think like a hacker, how it is to apply logic into the code so that you can pass through a set. Okay. So now SQL injection. The term SQL injection is basically what you do is you inject some things into a normal SQL query. Thereby, you are able to surpass the original SQL query and get in the results which you wanted. Okay, there are hundreds of SQL injections, but today I will tell you the most interesting ones. Okay, now this is a big practical. I will be telling you all people about this. Just pay attention. Now, over here, I have created a page called Engineers Connect. This is an example page, not the original Engineers Connect page, but this is an example page, a demo page which I have created for you guys. Okay, this is like a demo page which I have created for you guys. Just a second. Yeah, so this is a dummy page which I have created for you guys. Okay, now let's please pay attention, guys, because this has got three levels. One is the front end, one is the database, and one is the back end. So to know this trick, you have to know all the three: front end, back end, database, right? So after you know all the three, you will be able to pass this. Okay. So now let's start from the very beginning. That is the front end. So now, as you all people know, that to log in into any system, you have to have the username and password. Okay. So can anyone type into the comment box why username and password is how does a system recognize your username and password and then only it allows you inside? Can anyone send me in comment box what is the logic behind only accepting username and password? How does it work? I'm asking you, how does it work? Okay, I will tell you how it works. Now, let's go to the basics. Now, if I type in my username area Bhushan and my password as well, and it is wrong, so now it will show me that this is invalid, right? Because of course it will show it is invalid because this is wrong. The username and password don't match. Okay. Now let's show you the whole system. Okay, let's show you the whole system. So this is my code. Okay, the file which you are seeing over there, which is displaying the text box to show the fields of username and password. This is the code for that file. Okay, so now can you see? I will just show you the page so that you understand better. Can you see login to engineersconnect.com over here, username password? So this is coming from this code over here. Log into engineersconnect.com, username, password. Okay. So if I change anything over here, now if I remove the .com over here, I'll save this file and I refresh this page, the .com will be gone. Okay. The .com will be gone. I'll just check the page again. Okay. So this index.html. Okay, this is the wrong file. I'll just show you. Okay, now I have saved it. So here is the code for this, and if I change it, okay, fine. Yeah, this was the file for it, not this. This was the file. Okay, so you can see over here that .com has been gone. Okay, .com has been gone. I type in anything wrong, it is going to show me that it is invalid username and password. Okay, so now what happens into this code is whenever you type something over here, it goes to a file where you can see it is sql.php. So the username and password I type in over here is going to a file called sql.php. So this is the file sql.php. I will just open it for you guys so that I can tell you the logic. So what happens in this file is, what happens in the sql.php file is, this is a PHP code guys, so don't get confused. It is a very basic code. I will explain it to you people what is meant by this code. Okay, and why the explanation is important is because this is related to my SQL injection. Okay, now over here when you see include db.php, so basically we are including a file called db.php. So into that file you have all the credentials of your database, and this command is to connect your database with your. So these are the four parameters required to connect to your database. So I will be just going through it, so don't get worried that you're not able to understand the code. This is just an add-on which I'm telling you. It's not that you have to know it fully. It's just that I'm telling you on a very basic level so that at least you know how it is. If you want in detail, we'll tell you in our advanced workshop. Okay. So what happens is, now you can see the query over here. This query is very important. Okay, so what this query means is select star. So the meaning of star in SQL language is all from users. So from users means select everything from users table. Now I will show you how user table looks like. Okay, I will show you how user table looks like. Okay, for that you have to go to PHP my admin. Okay, you have to go to localhost, and under localhost you have to go to PHP my admin. So don't worry about this, guys. You don't have to know this thoroughly. I am just trying to get you all from all the things which should be there. But don't try to commit everything, because if you are not having any idea about all these things, you will get confused. So just take like the 10% of this, the basic logic of what it is, just to know the whole flow. You don't need to know everything. So as you can see, there is a there. Okay, so the table which we had. Okay, so the database. First, we'll have to see the database, which is the database. So db.php will tell us which is the database. Okay, so the database is db test. I will not show you that, but it is db test. Okay, so the database over here is db test, and the table into that is users table. Now you can see users table over here. Okay, so now you can see the username is EngineersConnect and the password is EngineersConnect. So this is how, guys, your data is stored into databases. All your usernames, passwords, and everything is stored in this format. So what this means is my username is EngineersConnect and my password is EngineersConnect. So if I put EngineersConnect as username and EngineersConnect as password, then and only then my account will open. So this is what is meant by this thing. From users, where username is equal to post username, that is what is typed into the text box, and password is equal to what is typed into the password, goes there, and it is correct, equal to. If it is not matching, it will show the error which is listed over here, which is invalid username or password active, which you have seen. And if it is matching, it will show success. So we have not seen success yet, but now I will show you. Okay, now let's go to this page and type engineers connect and password as well as engineers connect. So can you see we have got the success screen over here? Why? Because we have typed the correct thing. Now SQL injection is what you have to inject into the query to get into the success page without knowing the username and password. That is the exact work of a hacker to get into the system without knowing its credential, username, and password. So, guys, everything you have to do is with this statement. This is the main statement. So, guys, you have to inject into this statement so that you bypass the security and get inside the page. So most of you must have seen this before, but still, all the new people who are here, can you just try to guess what can we put it over here? Can you just try to guess what we can put it over here to get into the system? Yeah, people, can you just try to guess what we can put over here to get into the system? I will just wait for 1 minute so that we can have time for guessing that what we can put over here to get into the system. Okay. So since you're there on comments, I will not, because if this was an interactive session, I would have asked you to tell. But yeah, we are working on comments. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, some are telling that there must be some code. Some are telling that you should change the condition. But have you heard about logical gates? Like one is equal to one or one. Okay. So basically, many people tell me to change the code over here. Okay, so I will tell you all people that this is a backend file. This is a backend file which is not seen to us. I am showing this to you just because you get an idea about what is a backend file. If you are having access to this backend file, it means that already you have access to the server. So this is not the case. So without having access to this file, you should be able to hack into that system. So without wasting much time, it's a very simple logic. What this means is if this query is true. So what you mean by true in computer language is 1 and what you mean by false in computer language is 0, right? So what happens is if this statement is correct, then it will take us to the login page, and if this statement is false, then it will take us to the unsuccessful page, wrong page, or credentials wrong page. So we just have to, as a hacker thinks, you just have to, in a way, make this statement go true. You don't need the username, you don't need the password. You just have to make the username go true. So that is what you have to do from the search boxes. So you, so just to give you an example, whatever you type is going to come over here into this apostrophes. Whatever you type is going to come over here into this apostrophe. So just to play with it, if I type apostrophe over here and apostrophe over here, okay, there are two apostrophes, so it got balanced. But then I will again show you. If I just type a single apostrophe over here and I hit login, you can see the error. Got it? So even these are the ways to inject a code if there is no proper error handling. So now if I post that I am able to see the variable which is into my code, and giving this variable information is even very dangerous, right? So I can see this thing. So now I have got three information from this. First thing, my database is SQL because the error is telling me that my SQL server. Second thing, my variable which is user pass. So I got it from here. So this is how you can play with it. Okay. Now coming to the main point, how to make it true. So as many people were telling it, we have to make it true by giving one or one and all these things. So let's get over here. Okay, so this is the code 1 apostrophe 1 or apostrophe 1 is equal to 1. So now this code which you post is going to be replaced over here. So this is how it is going to look. So when it goes over here, irrespective of the username or password, this is going to go 1. Okay, same is going to happen on the password side, that irrespective of the username and password, this is going to go 1. Okay, so over here we don't care about the username and password. We are just killing the logic over here. It is going to become 1. Okay, I'm just showing you an example. We cannot copy paste over here, but I'm just telling you how it will look when it will be into this notepad file, which we will be passing from here. So now if I just put the username, it will show this because the other condition will be false. The password condition will be false. Now the same thing I'm going to type into the password section. Okay guys, the same thing I am going to type into the password section. I'm going to type 1 apostrophe or apostrophe 1 apostrophe equal to apostrophe 1. Why we are putting this apostrophe is we are passing it into the code which is the string format. And now pay attention guys, I click on login. Can you see this? We have got inside this file without the username and password. So this is how MySQL injection is done. You are injecting something into the code to change the logic, and that will give you insertion or that will give you entry into the page. So now without having the username and password, I am able to get in into the system. So there are a lot of pages right now on the internet which are prone to this MySQL injection. So even you guys can go and try on various websites. Now, funny part that most of our college websites or university websites are prone to this error. I have tried on various universities, and guess what? Surprisingly, I was able to get access into their websites. Okay, and the funny part is, many of the Pakistani websites as well I had tried and I had got access to it. And this is the fun part of MySQL injection that it is still working and there are a lot of websites which are prone to MySQL injection. It is not like I am making fun of these websites and their security, but I am just telling you what is the need for security at the moment, what is the need for information security at the moment. We are at a very basic level right now. So if you guys want to have a career in information security, the opportunities are huge because until and unless the internet goes off, then only the opportunity will go off. Till the existence of internet and data, there is going to be opportunity for information security. There because new attacks will keep on coming and internet is never going to stop. So this is an evergreen field, information security. Okay. If you guys want to pursue career into information security, you can contact me. I can help you out on various steps. So, guys, just comment like if you liked MySQL injection, did you find it useful? Okay. If you found there are hundreds of MySQL injections. This is just one MySQL injection which I showed you, and it is very basic. I accept it. It is very basic. But since this is a short workshop, like it is for 2 hours, I cannot show the whole of it. And contact details I will be sharing at the end of the webinar. Okay. Now let's go to a very interesting concept called phishing. Very interesting concept called phishing. You must have heard about it. The concept of phishing. This is going on a lot nowadays. This is going on a lot. The concept of phishing. You must have been hearing all the frauds happening that people are going to XYZ websites and they are giving their username password and they are paying amount, but then that amount is not going to the recipient, but it is going to the hackers in between. The amount is getting stolen, and that is because of phishing. So that is not only related to payments, but it is also related to taking your data, right? It is also related to taking your data. So basically, phishing is making a legitimate site or you can say legitimate interface through which the people are not able to recognize whether it is a false site or a true site, and that causes harm because they enter into this. So now I am going to show you very much interesting examples of phishing which you can try on your friends or which you can try on your PC. Okay, but now I'll tell you how to hack Facebook, how to hack Gmail, how to hack Yahoo, how to hack Reddit. I'll show you that. Okay, not by phishing, but I'll tell you how to hack them. Okay, so all you guys must be excited now, and I will start showing how to do that. Okay, now can you all see the Facebook website, right? Can you all see this is my Facebook website? Okay, and now I have to log into my Facebook account to do this Facebook account. Now I type in my mail ID, which is engineer. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah, which is EngineersConnect at gmail.com, and I will type my password over here. Which is my password. Okay. Now I should be inside this website. Now what has happened is, mm, okay. So now I got into my account. So this is my account. Okay. Now let's go to Google. Now who wants to hack Gmail? Who wants to hack Gmail? Same thing as do over here. I enter my username, let's connect and password and let's connect password. Okay, but this is my Gmail. You want to sign in into your Gmail to hack Gmail. Okay, now over here it shows that my Gmail account is successfully updated. Okay, fine. Now I will teach you how to hack Reddit.com. I know Reddit.com is not famous nowadays, but still I will show you how to hack Reddit.com. First I will have to log in into it. Now I have entered my username and password and there is a problem over here. Now let's show about Yahoo. Guys, I'm going very quickly over here because this is very interesting and I have to show this to you. Same thing over here in the Connect and my password is I'm typing my password over here. Okay, this is my password and what is happening is it is taking me somewhere and it is taking me to Yahoo. Okay, now do we have anything over here? No, we don't have. So guys, as you can see, we have tried to hack into Facebook, we have tried to hack into Reddit, we have tried to hack into Gmail, we have tried to hack into Facebook. Okay. Now, guys, just hold on your breaths because I'm going to show you something very interesting. This is what happens when phishing happens. So you're given a site, you sign up into it, and then very interesting part. Just hold on. Facebook.com. I told you that we will have Facebook. But these are the backend pages which I have. I'm not going to explain them to you, but just see the fun part over here. Now I open this. Can you see what has happened? This has just took my information. This has just took my information over here that my Facebook account is hacked and this file has just stored my password and my email. You got it? So this is the way you can hack into Facebook or Google by phishing. You have to make a page and there is a script which stores the username and password over here. You can see this was the email I entered and this is the password I entered. Now I have the email and password of the person who was trying to log in to Facebook by the link given by me. So this is what phishing is. Now I can use those details and log into that account. Now since I was showing example, I entered wrong passwords or dummy passwords. But in original case, those are going to be the correct passwords. So now whenever I go to colleges, I tell the students to come and enter their username and password. So the students enter their username and password and they are shocked to see their username and password displayed on the big screen. And it's a very fun situation over there. Now this was about Facebook. Now I will show you about Gmail. So this is about Gmail. This was what I entered in Gmail. Now I have the Gmail username as password. This is stored into my Gmail file. This is stored into my Gmail file. So now I have the Gmail username and password. Now let's go to Rediff, open Rediff page, as well as let's go to Yahoo and open Yahoo's page. Okay, fine. So this was Yahoo. This is the page where I have the Yahoo password stored of the user. Okay, now let's go to the Redis. Right, so this is about Reddit. Can you see? Now I have the passwords to all the platforms, guys. I have the passwords to Google, I have the password to Facebook, I have the password to Yahoo and Reddit. So this is how phishing is done. I showed you in a very simple way, but it is done in a very complex way when it is done on a professional level. So the pages are given to you, you are not able to recognize if the page is original or if it is fraud. You enter the details and that details are gone to the hacker. Like I am the hacker and I have your details over here right in front of me. I can use them for anything. Okay, for anything. I can use them for anything. And this is how all the credit card details and all these details are passed. So now I'll tell you how. Now the trick over here was you can see that I purposely did full screen over here. Because had it not been full screen, you must have seen that this page is a duplicate page which I made. You can see the URL over here that this page was made by me. Facebook page was made by me. The Reddit page and the Yahoo page was also made by me. So I have a ditto copy of all these pages designed. Okay, I have a ditto copy of all these pages designed by our company to show you demonstration. These are all fake pages. These are not original pages. And the script for it is very interesting. So the script is very simple. I don't know if we have got enough time, but I will show you the script. I will show you the script over here. This is the script .php script. So the script is very simple. So what happens in the script is whatever I type in the username and password field, it is just stored into a file. So can you see this is the file and this is what I'm storing into the file, the password and username. Got it? So this is what, yeah. So this is how it is stored, as you can see. So this goes on storage. So this is a very simple code which I can explain you, but not today because we are lacking in time. So now let's get back. So I have shown you phishing. So I hope you guys must have found it very interesting. Okay. No, the tool should not be there present in the victim's PC. Now, we have covered a lot of things in today's, in very much less time, we have covered a lot of things like MySQL injection, we have covered about viruses, we have covered about MySQL injections. Now, I'll show you some interesting things which are called Google Docs. So, how Google helps you to find out some malicious things or it helps you to get some data. Now, as I told you, now whenever you want to hack into anyone's login page, you need to have their login page. So, how are you going to know the login page? So, now there are some keywords which Google provides you. There are some keywords which Google provides you which helps you in finding that. So, one of them is in URL. Can you see this in URL? So, what this means is wherever in URL you have the login page here. So, I have typed in URL login.php. So it means that whenever, wherever login.php is present into the URL, show me that page. So now Google will only show me this pages. See, I have got the login page of various government websites. You can see this is a government website, cbprs.gov.in. I have got the login page for this. Now, if this website is prone to injection, this will open. Okay, but I don't think this will happen because this will be a secure site is what I feel. Okay, so still let's try over here if my skill injection is working on this government website, guys. Okay, no, there is error, so that means that this website is safe. But this is just an example. You can find out various pages and you can try. There are many pages where it works, where they have not kept security. for my skill injection. Let's try over here. Oh, can you see? We have gained access to a live website. We have gained admin access to a live website, and we are inside that page. We are inside the admin page of this website by using a simple injection. This is the database of that website, and we are able to access it. Can you see? The database right now is empty, but yeah, you got it. This is the original website, not fake website, and we have got entered into it. Okay, we have got entered into it. Yeah. So it was really fun, guys. That with while showing you, I got this thing. But yeah, now let's come to another Google Docs, which is I'll not go get into the hacking Google Docs, but now I will get into the docs which are useful for you guys. Like for you guys, you need to make various reports, project reports, and all. Right now, I will give you example that I will give you example. The password which I typed was the same SQL injection which I showed you. For the people who are asking in the comments, it is the same. No, this trick does not work on any website. This is not possible. This just works on the websites which have less security and which have not put the MySQL security code into their website. Now, this doc, the file type doc, it is called doc, DORK doc. So what it does is, now, for example, you are making a project report in my machine learning and you want material related to machine learning. So now I want PPTs on machine learning. Now I type file type PPT and then I give the type as machine learning. What is going to happen now is I'm going to get all the PPTs related to machine learning. Can you see the type over here is over here it's PDF, PPT, PPT, PPT. That means that you don't have to search to the whole internet to get a proper file. You can just use this, type in the keyword which you want, and you get a lot of PPTs over here, which you can use for reference for your project types or like whatever you want. So this is file type. There are hundreds of Google Docs. Okay, I can put PDF. And now let's show you something interesting. Now, if I put that in URL, I put I will put in title. In title, so now in title is used whenever you want a file with that title. Now this is a very fun thing that if I write in title confidential, see what happens. If I put in title confidential, it is going to show me all the confidential title websites. So these people are trying to hide that from us, but still, by the help of this Google Docs, this is. And I will tell you one more thing that most of these docs are applicable to Indian websites, other websites. All these American websites or all the other country websites, they are pretty safe. Those websites are not caught under such simple Google Docs. They are very much safe. Okay. So now, if you see that this query has run, and I can get various confidential links over here. Okay. See, this is something confidential of indianarmy.gov.in. This is a confidential file of indianarmy.gov.in. So this is how exposed the confidential documents of the government are here. Can you see? I'm getting this file. There are a lot of Google Docs, but I cannot show you all of them today because of lack in time. Now let's come back to the security tips. Okay, so the security tips, as I told you, in viruses, just coming to viruses, don't click any file which you get into your mails or any unrecognized file and don't copy it into your PC and run it. It will cause damage. Make sure that the source is authentic. Second one, try to not download things from free sites, free websites, okay? Because it is going to harm you and your PC. And about username and password, try to make sure that the username and password which you use is very much protective. Like as Google suggests, you try to use symbols, try to keep it long, try to use numbers, try to make it as secure as possible. And don't include your names, your father name, your mother name, because I have seen a lot of passwords. The passwords which we had, they have a lot of their parents' names or whatever hobby they have. So try to keep something which people cannot recognize. Okay, and now coming to Indian cyber laws. Okay, now whatever I told you, now most of you must be excited that I go over there and do it. So let me tell you that there are very strict Indian laws whenever you hack something or you try to get illegal access into something. So make sure that whatever you do, you have the prior permission to do it from that website, or you are using a proper VPN, or you are properly secure to do that. And if you're doing it for testing purpose, it's good. But if you're doing anything malicious over there, there are high chances that you get caught because your service provider is tracked and the service provider provides your information. And one more thing, even if you use VPN, the service provider is going to get tracked. So there has to be a lot of steps you need to use to do these things. Okay. Now, career opportunities in ethical hacking. So soon we'll be having a Q&A with you guys. But now there are a lot of career opportunities in ethical hacking, which I told you, and they are a lot. So as I told you that wherever there is data, there is security is needed, right? And there are various competitions which are organized by various websites in which if you find bugs in them, like there is a program called Bug Bounty, so you can search Google Bug Bounty and you can enroll for it. So if you are able to find bugs in that, they reward you by various dollars at various $1,000 as well. Many people have won it, and this is just a competition which I'm telling you. Okay, but yeah, this is just a competition where I'm telling you, but the opportunities are vast. So it are called opportunities in ethical hacking, but also opportunity in network and security. So people interested in network and security can surely try their thing into that, and you'll surely get good career. Is what I feel from the experience which I have. Now, I will be giving you a short demo about what we do into our advanced workshop. So whatever we did today, my part was for today itself. I'm not there tomorrow, but whatever we did today was just you can say 5 to 10% of what actually the ethical hacking course is, because we have less time over here, and there were a lot of things to be done. So what we do is our company, as I showed you, it takes a lot of workshops on ethical hacking, and due to this quarantine, we have got something very interesting for you guys, and which is an advanced workshop. Okay, which is an advanced workshop. So what you get into this workshop is you get all these topics covered: introduction to ethical hacking, Indian cyber law, Google Docs, email hacking, Trojans and backdoors, footprinting, virus and worms, scanning, social engineering module, enumeration, sniffers, denial of services, phishing, steganography and cryptography, web browser security, advanced SQL injection, spoofing methods, website hacking and security model, computer hacking and forensic model, session hijacking model, pen testing with Kali Linux, ARP attacks, and security tips. So this is how vast the advanced workshop is, and it will be a 4 hours detailed course. This all things will be covered into 2 days of weekend, 2 hours each, and it will be a detailed course. You will get a ebook over here, which is Hacking for Beginners ebook, which is what you'll get over here. Then you'll get the Hackers Underground Handbook into this. Then you'll get video material. Then you'll get 6 other ebooks of hacking, and of course you'll get a very precious certificate from Engineers Connect on this course completion. And we give you a WhatsApp access to our group wherein you can solve your doubts about all these things if you are enrolled into this course. Now, all these things, the total worth of all the things which I am providing right now in the market is 25,000 rupees. The total worth if you actually go. But since this is the first time we are doing it online, we are just charging you rupees 799, that to just the bandwidth or the, you can say, the online platform cost. This is just because of the quarantine and lockdown. We have this special offer for you only if you enroll today. Only if you enroll today. And if you're having any doubts or you want to pay some amount now and later, you can pay the booking amount of rupees 300 and you can pay the rest of the amount later on. So now how to enroll for this? I will provide you links into the chat box and you can go to that link and you can see that. Just hold on a second. I will just provide you links to that and yeah, just 1 second. Yeah. So just see into your chat guys. There are two links which I have shared. Okay. Which if you are interested you can just go to that link and you can enroll. Can you see the two links which I have shared? You can enroll over there. One is the full payment link and one is the part payment link which I have shared. You can I have also shared it in the comments as well as I have also shared it over here on the normal chat screen and I have also pinned a comment over there into the thing. So you can see the pinned comment over there and you can go to that thing. Okay, and this is only for today guys. So if you want to enroll you can enroll it today or else we are not doing it in this cost again. So hope you guys understand this. And now let's come back to this. This is all what you get. Yeah. And if you want to do it by Google Pay, Paytm or Beam, these are some details. If you want to do account, you can take a screenshot of this. You can send it. And the workshop will be in the next weekend or the next weekend after that, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday. We will inform you after you are enrolled. We will have your details. We will contact you and we'll tell you all the details. And this is my number itself. You can directly Google Pay me and you can ping the details to me. If you want to do a transfer, these are the account details. Now, yeah, now we are at the end of the webinar, and as I promised, these are my contact details. These are my personal contact details, which I am giving you all guys. Because if you're interested into this domain of ethical hacking, if you want any knowledge, you want to connect with me, you want some things to know about careers in ethical hacking, you can contact me. And so this is from my side. So, sir, if you're moderating the questions, you can start with the questions.
All right. Regarding the questions here, um, we have one question from Mohammed Hafiz. How to override service provider? If you can provide the answer for this question, it will be good.
Okay, fine. So, mobile phase, it is so it takes a three-layer kind of setup for that. So first, you need to have a VPN. So there are various types of VPN. One is just a simple VPN which will just hide your IP. Okay, which will just hide your IP, and the other things will be as it is. And then there is second level of VPN, which will also hide the network provider. So what this most of the hackers do is they don't have the connections which we have, like we have a normal Airtel or all these Idea connections, right? But those people they have their traced connections, like you must have seen duplicate SIM cards or all those things. So the original hackers they have the setup till that level wherein they have the connections as well, which are from not this market but which are from the other market. And to get them, you need to have that kind of contacts. But since we are talking about ethical hacking, you can use a normal VPN and you can set up. But of course, whatever way you do, the tracking system nowadays is also very much advanced. So you have to be very careful if you are not doing ethical hacking, and it is suggested that you don't do anything else other than ethical hacking. Yeah. Next question, please.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions, you can post it here on the comment. Okay, we have one question from Sai Kiran. Do we have any workshop tomorrow? Of course, we have a workshop tomorrow again. It will be handled by Mr. Harish Thanikaivelu. So it will be starting at 5 itself, tomorrow 5 p.m. So everybody here, you can log in. I'll share the YouTube live link tomorrow by 4 or before 4 o'clock so that you can join. So okay, we also have a feedback form which has been circulated over the comment here. So, do we have any other questions here, guys, for our trainer here? Okay, we also have another question from Mohammed Hafiz. What is darknet? I guess darknet itself is a very big concept in order to understand. I think Bonesh here would like to speak or give a definition for darknet in 2 words or 2 sentences.
So basically, darknet, you must have heard a lot about all this dark world or darknet. So basically, the network which we are in right now, which we are accessing YouTube, we are accessing all the various websites. This is the World Wide Web, which is a network which we are exposed to. But the darknet is a different network wherein it is not exposed to the common public because there are a lot of other things which are going onto that net, and it is accessed by various relay networks. So if you understand relay networks or overlay networks, there are different networks which are connected to each other, and this is not without any authorization or any legal protocol. The protocol who have been established, so they use their customized communication this thing, and it is mostly used for all these illegal activities such as black markets, illegal file sharing, illegal goods. Just because this network is not tracked by the legal authorities, this is a network which is made by all those underlying. You can call those authorities as well as the dark authorities, which you can say.
Okay, we have another question here from Skanda Prasad S. What certificates are important for beginners in cybersecurity?
Okay, so there are a lot of certificates which are required, but the most common one is the CCNA certificate, right? So it's a Cisco certified networking. Okay, so I would urge you all to do this thing, Cisco certified, and then I would also tell you to do the normal, the Red Hat certification course for ethical hacking. The Red Hat one is, so there is no fixed thing that you have to do this or not do this. But there are various certifications which you can do. So the certified ethical hacker course is very much used nowadays, or it is considered as the premium course for this. Okay, but it is not like you have to do that and that itself. It is just mentioned that way. But yeah, there are various courses from CDAC which has to be done. I don't know if CDAC is into that area. Sir must be knowing that. But CDAC courses as well as Cisco courses, and then the certified ethical hacking. These are something good. Okay, yeah.
Okay, we have another question from Bhuvan R. I can find vulnerabilities on HackerOne, but it's difficult for me to exploit there. Any suggestions or tips, sir?
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, Hacker One, you know the competition out there, hacker on a Hacker One, right? The competition is pretty huge over there, and for those to exploit, you need that amount of knowledge. So there is no straight answer to this. The answer over here is just to gain that amount of knowledge and try penetration because as much as possible you should try penetration, because there are my friends who have tried for 6 months continuously and then they are able to find a single bug, right? Because it is not a simple site which you're testing. Over here, I would tell you to do more, to gain more knowledge into penetration testing about the system, about the database, and then only you can do it. Because hacker one and all these things, they take time. The bug bounty thing, they take time.
Okay. Okay. So, do we have any more questions on this, guys? Okay. One more question which we have is from Bharat Redukappa. So, he's having a knowledge on ethical hacking and certification. So, his question is it easy for job seeking?
Okay, so strictly speaking, it is advantageous for seeking a job, but to get a job in ethical hacking, I would suggest you to do a networking and security full-fledged course, not just ethical hacking, but a networking and security full-fledged course is what you can do. And yeah, 3 to 4 certifications. If you're desperately trying to get into it, this is it. But the most important thing which they check is your networking skills and your basic skills. They don't check that you know to hack into this system or that system, but mostly they check about the networking concept, because the whole of the hacking, most of the hacking is based on networking. How you can bypass the network and get inside other network.
Okay, so a very important one of the question is from our friend here from Shazia Usman. How to protect websites from phishing? It's a deep topic again, but asking Bhushan to explain in a few words.
Okay. So the question over here is not put in the right way, is what I feel. How to protect websites from phishing. So I guess she means that how to protect ourselves from the phishing sites is
Phishing
what
attacks, yeah.
is what I think she wants to ask. Yeah. So as I told you, that make sure to check the URL, to check the URL. What is the URL? Because if you are having a link of Facebook, it should be straight facebook.com. It should be straight gmail.com. Because nowadays, what do they do is these people they try to take a very much similar domain, like uh, they will put an extra O into the Facebook. They will change the spelling of Facebook by just simple things, or they will try to put Facebook in a big URL wherein you feel confused that this is a Facebook site, but this is a big URL. So all these things are done. So these things should be taken care of, and most important that don't click on unauthorized sources. Okay, you are getting
That's,
mails on your email IDs, and that says that this is a mail from Facebook. So just make
yeah,
sure what you have to do is you have to just go and click on the sender information. Okay, so the Facebook server ID is very much clear, as well as the genuine server IDs are very much clear. You can just make out from the sender list that if it is genuine. So you cannot just make sure that you're clicking only on the legitimate sources. And of course, you know the pattern how Facebook sends mails, how Gmail sends mails. This pattern is known to you. So if you feel that anything is coming out of the pattern, then just don't go to that. As well as on the third party websites, don't click on the links. That you go on a third party website and if there is something written about Facebook, don't click on that
yeah.
link, because as soon as you click on that link you're taken to the phishing website, and the URLs are not noticeable because they make the URLs in such type. So taking care is, there is no logic to this, but just take care in proper way.
Okay, so one more thing which I can add here. Nowadays, we are also getting few unwanted, luring messages from as a text message itself. Only thing is, you just need to click on that particular link. It will guide you towards one particular web page, and it is gaining most of the information from you in the background itself, right? So always don't look into the pattern as our trainer here said. So look into the pattern, how exactly they send. Do not get lured with the messages which you get straight away from unknown person. And one more question here. I guess it will be the last question for today. Um Bhushan. So this is again another question from Shazia Usman. How to identify fake and illegal websites? So uh,
Okay, fine.
let's get it from you.
Okay, fine. So fake and illegal websites, there is no thumb rule for it, but yeah. So nowadays it is very much difficult because the UI is same, the URL is same, the look is same, but the most important thing is the domain. The domain which you have, it should be very much straight, youtube.com, gmail.com. And mostly you get into fake websites by going and clicking on the things which you should not click, like any third party emails, third party websites. So you should track the root cause. The root cause is from where you are going to that website. If you are going directly from your browser and you're typing gmail.com, it is not going to take you to fake website. But if you are going from any advertisements or if you are going from any third party links, then and only then you will get to the fake websites. There is no chance that you yourself can directly go to the fake websites. So just make sure that don't click on any pop-ups, advertisements, spam mails, third party mails. Don't click on that. And identifying it, the most important rule is go to the URL, see the URL what it is, and by the UI you cannot identify much, but just take this, and there is a lock symbol which is there on the top, left top of the URL, which is the encryption symbol. Over there, you can go and check the certificate for that website, that who has given the certificate for that website. Through it, you can check who has authorized the certificate. So if it is a fake website, you will get to know that it is not certified and most of it is fake. And also, the websites which you are continuously visiting, like Google, Facebook, again you have to go onto that log symbol on the URL left hand side on Chrome which you have, and you will see cookies stored. So
Yeah.
there are now, if I go to YouTube, I can see 55 cookies are stored. But if you go to the fake websites, there will be very less or zero cookies stored. So even these are some of the things which you can do on your own. So mostly check the certificates, and yeah. So there are many sites on internet which are available. So just go and Google. There is a fake site tester. Okay, go on Google. There is a fake site tester. What this does is right urlvoid.com. You can note it down. urlvoid.com. You have to go over there and you have to paste that URL over there and you have to check it. It will give you the analysis of that website, urlvoid.com. Yeah, so
Okay.
can we question?
Yeah. So my question is, how do one get to know that his machine is under attack, or the virus or the worm has already entered into the given machine? People say that our machine will not work accordingly how it used to work before. So, what are the simple and easier ways to identify that our system is already under attack and it has already happened?
Okay. So, guys, this is the question I get from a lot of people, and yeah, this is important question. Of course, you need to identify that when your machine is under attack, and yeah. So let's come start from the very basics. Okay. So the first thing is whenever you install something, you start to notice some simple symptoms like your machine starts to get slow, your internet starts to get slow, your applications are opening very slow. So these are some of the symptoms that suddenly, without any change, like if you are not installed any major program or something and your machine starts getting slow, this is one of the symptoms. There are hundreds of symptoms, but I will just tell
Yeah.
you the basics, which I will.
Even the phone also gets started heating up. You have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
unwanted restarting, application abruptly closing itself. So it can be one of the cause.
Yeah. So I will just tell
Okay,
you the
Bush.
basic ones
Yeah, yeah,
which can be
continue.
observed. So these are the basics ones. And into your PC, what you have to do is you have to go to the task manager, control plus alt plus delete, and then you have to open the task manager and you have to see the processes which you don't know but are running. Okay, and if you find that any process which you don't know is running, you have to go and find the directory of that process and you have to delete that files and you have to close that process. So this is one of the very effective way. Go to the task manager and check background processes tab. You will see the processes which you don't know are running. So if you know that there is a Chrome which is running, XYZ which is running, then that is okay. But if you know that there is a program called data entry or any such program, so that is not legit one. You have to go and delete it. And there are hundreds of ways, but these are the basics ones which I told you.
Okay, this is from your fan, I guess. So he's asking you a question. What's the level of damage you have done using your hacking knowledge? A personal question to you itself, Mr. Bhushan.
Okay, okay, okay. So this most of the times I don't share this because a lot of people get
Yeah.
wrong impression about this and they get into wrong stuff. But I will not. I will just tell you a fun fact which I have done in my college days. I had done this. So what I did in my college days was I hacked into the college website, and then there was a very big cultural event that was going to happen, and we hacked into the college admin panel. and we changed it to that the cultural event is cancelled. And suddenly there was a lot of noise into the college, and the people who had started rehearsing for the events, they cancelled the events. And this was a very fun event which happened, which I did.
So it seems like it's a very small damage, but it's just the event getting cancelled ultimately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
Uh,
could have posted a lot of different things into the college site, but I didn't do the damage. I just tried a small thing.
yeah, I could have stated that the event has been postponed to some other day, or some guy is coming, or this thing has happened. But still, it matters what level of damage happens at the other end. So
Right.
okay, then I guess we have come towards the end of the session, and the one thing which I have come towards we have come towards the end is we have to stop this event for today. So anyhow, we have a few more topics which will be done tomorrow also at 5 p.m. And I thank our chief patron Sri Muniappa sir, chairman SVGI Bangalore, and I also thank Pat for giving an opportunity Dr. Shashidhar Muniappa sir, CD SVGI Bangalore, and I also thank Chairperson Dr. Suresha, Principal SVC Bangalore, and I also thank our convener Dr. Sanjeev Srilingareddy, HOD CSC SVC Bangalore, and I also would thank our faculty coordinators, Dr. Suma, Professor Archana, Professor Srinivasaji, Professor Prakasha, myself, Professor Sumangala, and we also have our student coordinators who have helped extremely, Mr. Harish, Mr. Chinmay V. Vasist, and Mr. Aditya. And last but not least, I also thank our trainer today, Mr. Bhushan Gaikwad. Thank you for giving us an opportunity for having this particular event, and I thank all our fraternity members. I also thank the attendees who have come forward, attended the post. This is not the end. Even tomorrow, we have a much more very good session tomorrow, handled by Mr. Harish. So we'll all meet again tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Bhushan Gaikwad. Thank you. We'll be looking forward for much more such events from you, from your side, and we'll have a very good events. And we also thinking of, as our principal said, we'll also have you towards the campus and starting some training sessions for our students also. I guess this can happen
Yeah.
once the pandemic situation has been done. So I request everybody to stay
Just
very
on last thing, sir.
securely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people over here on Engineers Connect, we offer internships free of cost and a lot of things for you. So I cannot give you all the details over here, but I will be just posting the company number, not my number, but I use this as for company also. So this number, you can contact us if you are interested in our campus ambassador or other internships. Since I find this crowd very good, I really appreciate your presence. I am directly sharing my number with you, not the link. You can ping on WhatsApp. We may reply late, but we will reply you. You can contact on this for internships into campus ambassadors or other things. Thank you, sir. And thank you all the
Okay,
audience.
Mr. Prashant. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Be safe.
Thank you all.